So I want to start off by saying welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, welcome. If you're a fanatic of everything entertainment, then this is the channel for you, but in today's movie review, we'll be talking about this year's Companion. So let's get into it. So before I get into the movie review, I just want to talk to you guys about where I've been personally because it's been almost 3 months since my last upload, and I do apologize for that, but I currently have two jobs and I'm working 5, 6 days a week, and I hardly ever have time for myself, let alone YouTube or music or whatever. So today I made a point to do the things that I love, like go out, skateboard, or ride a scooter, go out to the park and walk, and then make a video because I have been going to the movies recently. I've only seen four new releases this year so far, but that's a lot more than what I have been doing for the last year. So I'm excited to talk about more movies on this channel with you guys, but I'm not entirely sure when my next upload will be, which is the one thing that I hate about this. Making a video for the first time in 3 months, possibly getting people, excited for more videos, but that's besides the point, okay? I've been very, very busy, okay? I work anywhere between 40 to 70 hours a week. I never know, okay? Like it's crazy, but either way, uh, in my free time, I make a point to go to the movies because the movies is one of my favorite things to do. That's one of my first loves was movies. It was movies and music. But either way, I'm rambling on way too much. I apologize. But this year's companion, I just want to say that there will be minor spoilers in here. If you've seen the trailers, then you already know. If you've seen the poster, you already know. But I think the best thing to do with this movie is not know anything going into it, which would be a big surprise for a lot of people. You know, um, I hate that they gave certain things away in the trailer, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So just know this is a really good movie. If you don't want me to spoil anything for you, then please leave. Go to the movies and go see this because this is my favorite movie of the year so far. I've only seen four, like I said, but this is my favorite by a landslide. But either way, let's get into the things that I did like about this movie. My main positives in here is the entire cast. I am a fan of mostly everybody in here. Sophie Thatcher is someone to behold, to be honest. Like, she's someone to look out for in upcoming releases. I have not seen Heretic or The Boogeyman, which she both stars in both of those, but I want to watch those movies now because of her. I was going to go see Heretic when it came out. Cody Leach said it was one of his favorites of the year, and I was really excited to watch it. But I never had time to go to the movies and see it. So whenever it comes to physical media, I don't know if it already has or not, I will be seeing it. And I hope there's a 4K. If there's not, I will settle with a Blu-ray because I cannot get enough of Sophie Thatcher. She's so good in here. She is the main highlight in here. She is the reason to check out this movie. And then you have Jack Quaid in here, which I only know him from Scream 2022 or Scream 5, whatever. A lot of people know him from The Boys. I have never seen The Boys. I have like two people from work, both family members, telling me I need to watch The Boys, and I still haven't watched it. I think there's like what 4 seasons now. The only thing that I got out of The Boys is "So Firth" by Slipknot. I think that came out like 5, 6 years ago when the first season came out or something. I think that was The Boys because I saw Carl Urban in the music video. I'm not 100% on that. Don't quote me on that. And then you have the other cast in here. I don't know everybody's name because mostly everyone in here is an unknown to me, which is great because like even though I don't know who they are, I do buy into their characters and I really like the chemistry between the same-sex couple in here. I love their chemistry. I love their comedy in here. Which another thing, the comedy in here. This has the perfect balance of comedy and thriller or horror, whatever you call it. Like this is a great horror comedy, perfect balance. There's just enough comedy in here, and there's just enough thriller slash horror in here. Sometimes horror comedies can be a bit too much, and they focus way too much into the comedy, and the comedy doesn't really work with that. But when you have the perfect balance, like with this movie, I laughed at mostly every joke in here, which I hardly ever do that with the movie. So the humor in here is something to behold. But like I said, the same sucks couple in here, they're great. Okay, I love their chemistry. I buy them as a couple. And then you have um this Russian, which he's the one that does die, so spoilers on that, but it is, in the plot synopsis. So I do apologize, but like I said, minor spoilers. The Russian dude, I hated him, but he did so good at being a dick or just an asshole, someone that you're glad that they died, you know? And then his girlfriend in here, she's only in it for the money and stuff, so like she plays that character well. It's just the fact that like these characters, some of them are assholes, but the actors are so good that you buy into it. And then the gore in here. There's not as much gore as I would like because I am a gore hound, but for general audiences, this might get to some people because there's a certain kill in here, including a cop. And I'm like, I need more. So like, for general audiences, I think this is a really good gory film, I guess you could say, but nothing compared to like Terrifier 3 or it's nowhere near that. But there's just enough blood to warrant an R rating. And then I really love that this film is just a very self-contained story. You know, it takes place at this cabin in the woods, and there's a little bit of woods shots, there's a little bit of shots on the road, but that's basically it. You know, there might be some flashback scenes or whatever, but like the fact that it's so I don't know what the budget was with this movie, but it looked beautiful. I loved the landscape in here, but I always go for simple movies. I love a basic plot and a very self-contained story. Those usually go hand in hand, so that worked perfectly in here. Um, so I'm gonna get into minor spoilers, which you guys already know what it is if you've seen the trailers or the poster, but Sophie Thatcher plays a basically like they call her like a fuckbot in here, but like a lot smarter than a fuckbot. She has a lot more purpose than those things, sex bots, whatever. Um, she sort of reminds me of like the real life version of Anna de Armas's character in Blade Runner 2049. But in this one, she wants to be a human and she doesn't know that she's a robot. But that's all I'm going to say on that. Her performance in here, amazing. Okay. So let's move on to the things that I didn't like about this movie. Let's go with human choices. That's all I'm going to say. Like, I don't want to spoil anything. So all I'm going to say is that some of the characters in here are really dumb and they think that things are going to go a certain way with AI or robots involved, but we've all seen movies with AI. AI has a mind of its own, so it's going to do what it wants to. That's all I'm going to say. Like, they should have known better. That's all I'm saying, because I do not want to spoil this for anybody, because I didn't even know the whole entire plot myself, so some things did catch me off guard, and I was a fan of that. So I'm just going to say that, you know, in mostly every horror movie or thriller or whatever, or any movie involving AI, humans make some really dumb choices and they try to depend on AI for certain things, and it just doesn't really work. You should have known that it wasn't going to work in the first place when AI is involved with certain things. That's all I need to say. And then there's a cop character in here. I don't want to spoil it with that either, but he just came off very I was mixed on his character. Like I was a fan at first and then like when a certain character said a certain thing, then he turned his back on that character and didn't want to help. He just wanted to uh arrest them. Like it just made no sense to me. Because that certain character said a certain thing beforehand, he had no problem with it. So I was confused on that part. So I'm trying really hard not to give anything away because I want you guys to know as little as possible going into this movie. So with that being said, I'm going to be giving this year's Companion an overall grade of an 87%. Like I said, if I choose to do a spoiler review, I probably won't, but if I did, I would have gotten to a lot more with my negatives, but there's only two, just those two. That's it, right? So this movie is really, really good. I'm a big fan of it. Maybe it might be better on a second time watch. I'm not entirely sure. I can't wait to watch this whenever it comes out on physical media because even my wife was like, "Yeah, I think I'll watch that again." Because she was sort of mixed positive on it at first, and then I explained a couple things to her and she's like, "Oh, okay." And then she bumped up her grade to an 8 out of 10. So that's really good. Like this movie is one that I can't wait to rewatch. This is a movie that like if someone came over and they saw it in my Blu-ray collection and asked about it, I'd be hyped to show them. But yeah, either way, I just want to say thank you as always for watching my videos and hope to see you in the next one.